and what she does in her job is helping our environment to be better. Her logo is the Positive Luxury Brand to Trust Butterfly, which I'm going to pass the mic to her so that she can tell you what this bracelet is also sustainable and what it represents on one end, and then I'm going to kick you off and it's going to be all about me.
Thank you. I was going to say, although as you can see my voice is not as good as hers, that, what are you saying? Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very honored to have actually started this journey with Anastacia almost a year ago, and also Arctic Circle, because this amazing lady is not only just an incredible artist, a cancer survivor, an inspiration, but also it's an incredible friend. So tonight we're here to honor her and her work, and also to kind of share, hopefully now, your journey. And yes, what we do is we connect luxury brands with luxury consumers that care. So everything that we do is really about ensuring that each one of you, the brands that you buy, you can actually know how products are made and why. So having said that, let's go back to you, which is what tonight is all about. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Diane. So I'm going to get a little boring because I'm going to start with making sure that I can highlight people that made this possible. 100%. Number one, King Posse CEO Harpal Kumar is not here tonight. He's getting another award, God forbid. You know, he's so Devo. But he is CRUK. I've known him for 10 years. We met in some small little place in Spain with his wife and his kids, and I taught his daughter how to snorkel. That's how I met him, and that's how my boobies became so happy to be around him. And so that in itself, and then there's the whole family of CRUK. We have Caro, Jess, Alana, Sam, and then, of course, Rachel is going to be up speaking in a little bit, but I just want to say that the whole entire posse of CRUK has been such a dream. Yesterday, I had the most amazing day of going into the actual huge, gorgeous building of Francis Crick Institute, which is just being built. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's breathtaking what they do in there. It's not just about cancer, even though breast cancer is what I stand for and what I try to raise money for personally, but what the Institute stands for is changing lives and making a difference and making people live happier with dementia, understand Alzheimer's, deal with AIDS. There are so many advances that this big building is doing on a regular basis, and having all of these wonderful scientists in one building in London makes a huge difference in all the advances of research that we're doing in general. When they're all in separate buildings, they're all kind of like it's a competition. But when you're all in the same building, it felt like everybody was a team. So this is super exciting. And I went there and I put on a lab jacket, and they didn't let me touch anything because they didn't want me to spread it all over the world. But I said, I got love. That's what happened there. I also want to immediately go to Arctic Circle, which I am very blessed to have Arctic Circle be the most wonderful diamond jewelers that actually donated the wonderful pink diamonds that are in each beautiful bracelet. And each bracelet, when they donated the diamonds to Diane and I, we were like, oh my God, what do we do with 300 beautiful diamonds? Because we weren't sure whether we should make something big and sell it at an auction, or what do we do? And for me, something big felt like it didn't get to go to enough people. And also for me, the word cancer needs to stop being a bad word. We need to stop making it such an evil sounding word. And so tonight, I hope you all listen to what I would like you to go forward with, which is my dream is that cancer is 3 letters. The first 3 letters. What is that?
Can.
It's can. And that is what CRUK does every day. is they keep going forward, and they can do it, and they go forward and they make it happen. Each year they keep raising more. Everything that Arctic Circle gave us by giving us beautiful pink diamonds that represent the color of the female breast cancer ribbon gave us the inspiration to then decide that the word CAN needs to be represented in these bracelets. C-A-N. Each little diamond is to give hope and a blessing and love to each woman or person or young girl or man. Hey, there's out there. A man can wear it too, sweetheart. You know, men have to have mammograms too. Let's get it twisted. It's not just a girl disease. Not to get your scared, dudes. So that in itself, I want to make sure that I get Carol, thank you so much, and Gary from Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
And we have, and then there's the manufacturing. Wait, hold on, got it. No, Arctic Circle is, oh God, see, I didn't bring my glasses. And then Fiona, is she here tonight?
Yes,
Fiona Fung?
Yes.
All right, well, there's a young, beautiful lady over there. Her name is Fiona Fung. She is actually the designer of the actual bracelet. So everybody, give her a hand. Get up here. It was really beautiful helping design this bracelet with you, and she was more than willing to try to make us work with the few diamonds we had to make them really, really stand out and look quite elegant, but as if it was a regular piece of jewelry you wear at all times. And so I very much appreciate your kindness, and she was extremely bendable, shall we say. She's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, how we make it a helicopter? And she's like, well. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. And she gave all of her gorgeous time and extremely great talent to us. So we're very grateful to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see where. Vervico. Oh my God, I can't say it. I don't drink. What's it called, everyone? Vervico. There you go. Thank you. Thank you to them, which I can't say it. I'm like Vervico. And Belvedere, I know that, because that's something that I gave up a long time ago too. And then we had drinks, and here we are at the Sanctuary Hotel, and I am very, very grateful. Sanctuary. All right, that's what it says. I know I should have used my sister's glasses, but I thought maybe if I wrote this big, I could see it, but it's not working. Okay, I'm gonna take the thank yous away for a moment and just have just a moment of spirituality with everyone. I got cancer in 2003, and my career was doing really well. I always kind of had a very, let's just say I had a very well-endowed chest, and I wanted a reduction. So that was the whole purpose of my journey with the very beginning of my cancer. And when I went in, my doctor advised me to get a mammogram. I was way too young to even think what that word was. It always was attached to so much older of a woman. And I'm very blessed that he decided to tell me to get a mammogram, because in that mammogram, CIS, which is the first stage. It's a very good stage to get, and when there's a good stage, that means that it has not reached the lymph nodes. So, but in general, the word cancer, once again, just drops you to your knees. You don't want to know about it. You think it's over, and you think it's done. Well, as I've done research, and as I've really figured out what is cancer, how is it, what's the ratio, what's happening, because it wasn't in my family. So I really had no idea, how did I get it? What happened? And when I found out the statistics that really, let me just throw out 75% of all women that have breast cancer is non-genetic. So it's not about it being in your family. And I don't want to scare everybody in here to immediately just get depressed, but it's only to let you be informed. This is an information that you can take with you, and you can either sit with, or you can talk to other people about and say, hey, I didn't really know it was like that. Have you gotten a mammogram? Oh my God, maybe we can go together. I'm scared, you're scared, let's go together. Those are the kind of things that we should do as women together, because it's terrifying to want to go and be there alone and not know what's happening. But that is what happened on my first go. And I had radiation, and I did get a reduction at the same time. I sort of did what I needed to do. And then 2 years came across, and another biopsy happened, and I thought it came back again. At that moment, I was so shocked because they had said it came so early and everything was so great. They almost gave me an illusion that it wouldn't come back. I think they were so happy it was early that there was that false hope that I wouldn't get it again. And they watched me every 6 months and da-da-da-da-da. And but it was a precautionary biopsy, which they do a lot. And it was wonderful. It came back negative. However, I started to investigate mastectomies. Because what if it did come back? What if it happened? You know, if I'm given the chance of being able to, and if you guys don't know, breast cancer is the only cancer that if you take it and it's just located here, that's all it's going to go. Once it goes outside the lymph nodes, that means it's in the body. And this is what we're trying to avoid. We are trying to avoid it getting outside of the breast. And that's what early detection means. Early detection doesn't mean, you know, go at 45 when the NHS says, come on down. It means at about 30, you should go and go in, and even if you have to pay a little bit of money, maybe take your birthday money or Christmas money or the Jimmy Choo money that you want to use, you know, go get your boobies checked, it's great, and then have a guy buy you some Jimmy Choos, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, stick around with me. And I just think that how you need to approach your life is how you want to live it. Like, if you want to be around here for a while, you got to treat yourself better. You got to have a mindful opinion about how long you're going to stay here. And I don't mean don't drink and don't do this and don't do that. Just make sure that the parts are working. That's all. You know, as long as the parts are working, you can kind of get your way around everything else. But breast cancer is not... It's a very sneaky disease. It's not just because you feel it. When you feel it, it's a little late. It's a lot late. You don't want to feel a lump, let's put it that way. So that's what early detection is. Early detection is you can't feel it. Mine were salt sprinkles. I wouldn't have been able to feel it if I cut it in 3. It wouldn't have happened. So when we say early detection, that's how early they can find it. They can find it before it's a mass. There's so much, and it's not invasive, and it's not crazy, and it didn't take me out of work, and I still wrote an album, and I still worked, but it was the pressure of the public knowing and me not being able to have recovery time. But I wanted to get the news out there. I wanted to tell you all what I'm telling you now, which is early detection is key. Early detection is key. It doesn't mean have a nice day. Don't think of those words as such easy, flagrant words that are flying out of my mouth like everyone says it every October. Everyone's going to say early detection, just go early, go get tested, go get tested. It's such an easy thing to say, but a harder thing to do. So embrace each other when trying to do it. I then, I got it again in 2013, and I got it the same way, so I made a choice. I could have had what they call a lumpectomy, which there's no lump, but they still call it a lumpectomy, where they take away all of the tissue they believe. They make sure they take all the margins, usually way too much, so that they make sure that they get all the margins of the cancer mutation out. And then they kind of piece you back together. It usually doesn't look the same. So that's where plastic surgery comes in. And radiation is a must. And tamoxifen would have had to come in this time for me. And who knows? You just never really know. I was at a different age, so, you know, there wasn't a yes or a no to chemo. But at that point, I didn't even want to go further in the discussion. I said, I'd like to have a mastectomy. And the doctor was like, woo. Like, that's a big one. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand, doc. I get a mastectomy. I don't have to fight with cancer anymore. I just have to keep coming back and having surgeries. That's like a no-brainer. Like, I don't like to have surgeries, but if I can get rid of a disease overnight, sign me up. And that's who I am. I'm not somebody who likes to gamble with my life, and my health is so much more intense for me to want to live. And I want people to live that way. I want people to love their life enough to share those kind of moments that they matter. So my journey is not everyone's journey. My journey is just an example of many other people's journeys, and I talk about it because I want other people to know there's people upstairs that aren't here today to give you the voice, and I have to do my best at trying to be their sounding board, because it was a little too late. It wasn't enough time. They caught it too, there's so many different unfortunates, and there's young and there's old, and it's going everywhere, and it doesn't really have a rhyme or a reason these days. So just check yourselves out, and when you do have partners and you do have friends and girlfriends and sisters, just ask them if they've ever done it, and if they're scared, go with them. Because the men can help as well. You guys can help encourage us to sort of get rid of the fear. If you are encouraging us to go, then we don't think it's as scary. So sometimes it helps to have the male support as well. I am super grateful everyone came out tonight. I know this is not the big cancer research event that usually happens in every time for, the big shebangies and the red carpet, but it's red right here. This is my red carpet right here. And I'm grateful to have people coming out and just raising awareness and making a difference. And that's really all we can do as a human society. And I just appreciate all of you being here. Tell us about the bracelet. Well, okay. Well, here's the bracelet. And when designing the bracelet, we decided to put, once again, the CAN word is in this, so each diamond represents each letter that you want to put forward to the person you're giving it to, or to yourself, which is, you can do it. It can happen. Can is a very, very healthy word, and I think that it should be used a lot more than we might happen. I don't know. Like, I love can. Can is very definitive, and so there's a lot of power in what this bracelet has spiritually and emotionally for me. But the bracelet in itself is on sale here. You can buy 1 or 7. Either 1 or 7. There's nothing in the middle here. You can buy a few, or if you don't if the bracelet isn't something you would want to do, we do have envelopes from CRUK, and they are donation cards. And if you can find in your heart to go and donate anything to being able to help us with research for early detection breast cancer, this is where this money is going to. It is not going to putting on the lights. It's literally going into the research to trying to make life easier for people for early detection and make it easier and easier. There's 3D scans. There's so many good, wonderful things happening in the research department that I can go on and on, but those are the boring things. But I just can't begin to tell you, thank you so much for being here. And
where's the bracelet in the paperwork? Where do people find
well,
it?
Right, I'm going to show you the beautiful girl that you're going to. This is Fabiana. Sorry, this is Fabiana, and Fabiana is going to, if you need to buy a bracelet, then Fabiana is going to be the one to give you the bracelet. If you want to have a card, she will also have the cards with her, and you give her a card, and that will go to breast cancer, will go to CRUK, as well as if you do not donate tonight and you find that you want to tell somebody else and forward it, it can go. Is it going to? It's going to positiveluxury.com is the next place that you can go after tonight. It will be on sale there. So
how much are the bracelets?
Do you really want to know how much the bracelets are? It really doesn't matter, does it? Okay, I was just trying to surprise you. It's not 500 pounds. Is that good? Is that good to sort of give you it's actually $299, and it's a beautiful price for real diamonds and a real proper bracelet that represents a lot more than you know. So thank you very much for being here, and Viv Fico. Thank you. And we have one more amazing speaker. Get up here.
Hi.
She's from.
Oh, hi. I'm here on behalf of Cancer Research UK to tell you about just some of the incredible ways that the money raised tonight will go towards breast cancer research. So before I do, I just want to tell you a little bit about Cancer Research UK. So we are the largest independent funder of cancer research worldwide. So we fund all 200 different types of cancer, and the only body that does this more than us is actually the American government. So it's pretty impressive for a charity.
Wow.
And so a little bit of why I'm here for Cancer Research UK. So I'm actually Dr. Rachel Shaw, but it's like Ross from Friends. And everyone goes, if anyone falls down, I'm hiding. I'm not going to be of any help there. I did my PhD in a lab studying very early stages of cancer. So this is why I'm so passionate about what Anastasia's been talking about to you today. And yeah, the work is absolutely incredible, and it's really crucial that everyone gets detected at the earliest stage when it comes to cancer, because it's just so much more treatable when you do. So I'm super passionate about talking about science, and this is why I came to Cancer Research UK, because there's nowhere I can do this better than for them. And I can and have talked about science for hours on end, but I won't do that to you guys tonight.
I did. I heard it yesterday. I was so in love with her. I was like,
Maybe not. There's so much work that's been happening to make this possible, to make Cancer Research UK bring forward the day when all cancer is cured. We're currently at 2 in 4 people surviving their cancer, and we hope that by 2034 we can get this to 3 in 4. So, and some of the ways that we do this, and this is absolutely crucial, we have help from donors, fundraisers, scientists, doctors, nurses, patients, and it's through all of their wonderful work that we're helping to bring this about. And the way that we're doing this as well is through the research. So we have research into preventing breast cancer from ever happening, raising awareness, as Anastacia is doing today, is so crucial, into finding new tools for diagnosing breast cancer sooner, and about, of course, finding new ways to treat it. And so all of this combined together is why we're hoping to bring forward the day when all cancer is cured. So thank you so much for all your support tonight. I'd just like to say it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month right now. And, so yes, so just if you ever want to talk about this, which I really hope you do, if you can champion it with the fact that since 1970, the survival of breast cancer has doubled, and it's because of the incredible amount of research that's been happening into this.
Yeah.
So that's the conversation to have before you. Thank you, everyone.
Turn up the music.